My name is Oriana B. Johnson, and I come from Kwikwisatuna Hakwamis, and my project is an off-grid solar-powered greenhouse. I didn't put the project name, but it's called Solar Eco Haven. We're doing sustainable food productions with renewable energy. It's not working.
Justice, you got any advice for us here? Thank you. At least it's not you.
So rude.
Yeah, there we go. Beauty. Okay.
Well, what I've been doing for my community is a solar-powered greenhouse. It's for climate action, clean energy, and sustainable design throughout across my archipelago where I live. And my community faces a lot of challenges going through beyond distances and limited access to fresh food, high energy costs, and growing pressures from the climate change since it's really cold and windy where we live. This project responds to challenges with a simple but powerful idea. A solar powered greenhouse that grows food and generates its own clean energy and completely off the grid by harnessing the sun. Turns natural energy into nourishment and using the solar panels to power lighting, irrigation, and climate control. It creates a year-round growing environment that reduces dependency on imports, cuts emissions, and strengthens community resilience. But this project is more about technology, more than technology. It's about respecting the land and empowering the people who care for it. But by combining indigenous knowledge with renewable innovation, and the greenhouse becomes a living example of climate action in motion where sustainability, culture, and clean energy come together to build a brighter, self-reliant future. What is an off-grid solar-powered greenhouse? That's an self-sustaining system that uses solar energy to grow plants independent traditional power sources. It's designed for remote communities in the archipelago. It provides a reliable way to produce fresh, healthy food year round while caring for the environment, which would be a positive thing in our community since it's difficult to keep and have fresh produce that won't spoil. The solar panels collect sunlight and turn into electricity, powering essential systems like irrigation, lighting, heating, and ventilation. Energy would be stored in a battery, ensuring the greenhouse continues to run even on cloudy days or at night. For my community, this solar powered greenhouse model is more than a technical solution. It's a way to strengthen food sovereignty, reduce food energy cost, and honor traditional relationships with the land. By combining clean energy and local knowledge, the off-grid will become a bridge between heritage and innovation, showing how sustainable design can thrive in harmony with culture and climate. The off-grid solar-powered greenhouse combines smart technology with sustainable design to create a resilient, self-reliant growing system that fits the needs of Indigenous communities across the archipelago. Every feature was chosen with a purpose to work with nature, not against it. The solar powered energy system would our position for maximum exposure, capturing clean energy to power lighting, fans, irrigation, temperature controls, and all that. And excess energy is stored in a deep cycle batteries. I feel like I'm repeating myself right here. Mm. And the climate control and efficiency, automatic vents, low energy fans, reflective materials maintain the ideal temperature and humidity. The LED grow lights extend daylight hours, ensuring consistent plant growth. And smart irrigation systems, a drip system that would deliver onto the plant roots, minimizing waste and conserving with fresh water, and an essential resource in island communities. The materials and structures were built locally with sustainable materials and structures designed for strength and adaptability to island conditions, resistant to salt, air, wind, and heavy rains. Its modular layout allows easy maintenance and community-led expansion. The integration of knowledge would be traditional from our local elders. The design choices from that to construction phase and prototyping, the site selection and preparation. The process began with choosing the location that was up upon my hill of my village, where it's like their city up there. So we're gonna have trouble with that. So we had to come up with the idea of putting a fence around there. And so the location is actually maximum for sunlight and offers easy water access as it's near the wells. The well representing the local ecosystems and cultural land use. The ground is leveled and reinforced to support the structure well throughout the changing island weathers. The structural frameworks and all locally sourced materials and modular locally sourced materials resistant to salt and humidity, strong winds. Where am I? Strong winds and common are in the archipelago. Modular components make transportation and assembly simpler, even remote areas. Photovoltaic panels are mounted and angled to capture optimal sunlight, and wires connected to the battery bank inverter and the charge controller, forming the heart of energy system that powers the greenhouse off-grid. The climate and irrigation setups are fans, vents, sensors, and LED lights are installed to maintain ideal growing conditions. And a irrigation system set up to deliver the precise water flow, reducing waste, and ensuring consistent hydration. Community training and handover. Once construction is complete, hand-on workshops are going to be held to train community members in system maintenance, energy monitoring, and crop care. And there are a few other workshops we'll be doing with the greenhouse, like mental health and food sustainability and all that. And the greenhouse ensures it remains locally managed and self-sustaining. Uh, each greenhouse is built and for the community, combining local skill, cultural wisdom, and renewable technology. It's just not just a building, it's a shared effort and to create food security, independence, and climate resilience for generations to come. Uh, Materials and sustainability. Uh, Sustainability doesn't stop at construction. It depends on the long-term care and community ownership and adaptability. The off-grid solar-powered greenhouse is designed for simple maintenance and lasting impact, ensuring it continues to nourish the people and planet for the years to come. And the energy system maintenance will be doing routine checks for the solar panels, the batteries, and the wiring system are to remain efficient. And clear visual indicators make it easy to monitor energy flow and basic cleaning of the panels ensures the maximum sunlight absorption. And there are community members in the village that are trained for that. The water and irrigation system requires occasional cleaning and adjusting. And I got my uncle to go clean up for me. We'll be using recycled or filtered water, rainwater, since it extends the lifespan and reduces dependence on external water in our village because we have a lot of arsenic in the wells. So we had to resort to that. Uh, Crop management and the rotation, the sustainable farming practices such as crop rotation and organic fertilization maintain soil health and steady production. Seasonal planting guides will help ensure balanced nutrients and year-round harvests. And community training and knowledge sharing, workshops and mentoring programs that ensure the residents, especially youth and our elders, will be working together to gain skills and operate the system independently. This builds confidence and keeps the project community led. Adaptability and upgrades, the system is designed to evolve beyond new panels, sensors, or water recycling, or can be added technological advances, or if the community needs change, the flexibility ensures the greenhouse remains relevant and resilient. The greenhouse thrives not because it's powered by the sun, but it's powered by the people, their care, curiosity, and commitment to the sustainable future. The environmental impact assessment, the off-grid solar powerhouse powered greenhouse is designed not only to produce food, but to also protect the environment that it sustains it. Every element from construction to operation supports the climate action, conservation, and ecological balance across the archipelago, like renewable energy generation using solar power instead of diesel or grid electricity operates with zero direct emissions. Each offsets about estimated 1 to 2 oxygen tons per year, reducing communities' carbon footprint while promoting cleaner air and healthier surroundings. And the water conservation is up to 70% less water than traditional watering methods. And rainwater harvesting or grade water help preserve freshwater resources. A crucial benefit for the community islands where water scarcity can be a challenge. Sustainable agriculture, growing food locally cuts down on transport emissions from imported produce because it takes a lot. Organic growing practices reduce the chemical runoffs and keeping soil and waterways clean. Each harvest will support food sovereignty while maintaining harmony with the local ecosystems. The low impact materials is for durable, recyclable, and locally sourced materials, minimizing transportation emissions and waste. Design choices emphasize longevity longevity and reusability over short-term construction gains in the biodiversity and ecosystem care. By cultivating crops close to home, and communities can protect wild landscapes from overuse, preserve native plants species. This aligns Indigenous stewardship values, living with land, not apart from it. Together, these actions create a positive environmental ripple effect, proving innovation and tradition can reunite to restore balance, reduce impact, and build a future that's as sustainable as it is self-sufficient. The social impact assessment. The off-grid solar-powered greenhouse is more than a clean energy system. It's a community-empowered tool designed in partnership with Indigenous communities. It strengthens self-reliance and cultural connection and social well-being, turning sustainability into a shared way of life. The food security and health, the greenhouse provides with consistent access to fresh, nutritious produce, improving diet quality and reducing dependence on expensive imported foods. This leads to physical health and greater food sovereignty, especially in remote island settings such as ours. I have seen improvement in a few of our elders that are actually walking and out and about. So I can ask. And the culture of revitalization, growing traditional crops that project ancestral knowledge and cultural identity, the greenhouse becomes a living space where stories, practices, and values are about land that are passed down between generations, blending modern innovation with traditional wisdom. Education on the skill development, hands-on training for this solar technology and sustainable farming, and the system maintenance that builds local expertise, and the youth engagement fosters interest in clean energy, environmental stewardship, and green pathways for education and employment within the community. And community cohesion, shared participation in the project, from planning to harvesting, strengthens social ties and teamwork, and encourages collaboration, pride, and ownership, turning the greenhouse into a symbol of community unity and resilience. And long-term empowerment. By creating a system that is community owned and maintained, this project enhances independence, confidence, and self-determination. It supports a vision where progress is locally led, sustainability grows from within. The social impacts reach far beyond the greenhouse walls, not just nurturing plants, but people, identity, and collective strength. It is they're in harmony. Why go off grid? Going off grid means taking control of the energy, resources, and community well-being. For many Indigenous communities across the archipelago where I live, the work connection is centralized, power systems is limited, and off-grid technology represents freedom, resilience, and self-determination, independence. Power outages, and the high fuel costs can make daily life unpredictable because of the high winds area and storms and all that. But generating electricity through solar power and community gains consistent, affordable, renewable power. As independence on external suppliers ensures that vital systems from irrigation to light and operate year-round. The environmental responsibility aligns with off-grid living off the environmental stewardship, a principle deeply rooted in Indigenous knowledge and traditions. Using solar energy eliminates fossil fuels, reducing the community's carbon footprint and helping the combat climate change. It's a model of living in the balance with nature, drawing power from the sun without harming the land or water. Can I take like a little break? Yeah. Okay. Okay. We had like design considerations of looking at like a longhouse, but it would take too much work to get a bunch of logs in because like, and we don't really have that many resources in bringing those around. We do have them like in the water and all that, but none of the tugboats are strong enough to power them through that. And the person who does do that is kind of very old. I'm not lying, he's old. He's a good family friend, Billy Proctor. Uh, yeah. Uh, Designing the solar powered greenhouse for an indigenous community in the Park of Belago requires more than technical planning. It called for cultural and community collaboration. Every design choice was made to ensure the system was sustainable, practical, and rooted respect for the land and the people in the serves in the area. In climate and environmental adaptation, the design responds directly to the island environment, balancing high humidity, intense sunlight, and seasonal rainfall. The greenhouse is oriented to capture maximum sunlight while allowing ventilation to reduce heat buildup. Materials are selected during the durability in the coastal conditions and resistant to salt and corrosion and wind. And material selection and structure where possible, locally available, and sustainable reused environmental impact to support the local economy. The frame structure is very lightweight but strong, making it easy to transport and assemble in remote areas. And transparent roofing and insulated side panels will help regulate light and temperature efficiently. Energy efficiency and self-sufficiency. Solar panels are placed at the optimal angles for energy generation throughout the year. The design integrates energy storage and efficient systems such as LED lighting, automated fans, and lower powered demand and maximize reliability in the water management. Water systems were and drip irrigation technology are integrated into the design to conserve fresh water. This and make use of the natural rainfall cycles of the islands. This ensures a consistent crop hydration even during the dry months. And the design process honors indigenous knowledge and traditions involving community members' decision making from the start. The layout allows for growing traditional food plants alongside new crops, supporting both cultural preservation and nutritional diversity. The greenhouse also doubles as space as education and teaching youth about sustainability and clean energy. The scalability and maintenance is modular and adaptable, allowing for easy expansion as the community needs growth. And components are chosen for their simplicity and lifelong span, enabling community-led maintenance without heavy reliance on external technicians. Each design decision reflects a balance of innovation, respect, and resilience, proving that technology can serve as tradition and sustainability that can grow from local roots. Benefits and impacts. The off-grid solar powered greenhouse can create meaningful change beyond sustainable food production. It represents a shift towards energy independence and environmental stewardship and cultural resilience. And environmental benefits are the zero emissions and by using solar power, the carbon emissions supporting the climate action and water conservation, climate resilience. And the social and cultural impacts, growing traditional and modern crops locally, improved access to nutritious food, reducing dependence on imported goods. We don't like pineapples there. Cultural revitalization, incorporating indigenous agriculture practice keeps traditional alive and integrated. And the community empowerment. This project provides hands-on learning and experience opportunities and encourages intergenerational collaboration, strengthening unity and self-reliance and health and well-being. Access to fresh produce improves overall nutrition and contributes to better physical and mental health. And economic and practical advantages. Energy independence. Solar power provides a stable, cost-effective energy source that frees the community from expensive grid extensions or fuel transport. We were really known as a diesel village, and that's cut down like a lot. Job creation and skills training. Building and maintaining the greenhouse develops valuable skills in renewable agriculture and technical maintenance, opening new employment paths, and long-term cost savings, reduced utility food imports lead to greater local investment and economic resilience. And replicable model, the design can be easily scaled or adapted for another remote indigenous and island communities, amplifying its positive impact regionally. Applications, it's remote and island communities in the areas without reliable access to the power grid. This greenhouse provides a steady food source and renewable energy system. It reduces the cost and environmental impact importing food and fuel, empowering communities to produce their own source of resources locally. And we're isolated in a very rural settlement or inland mountains. The system offers independence from centralized energy systems. Its modular design allows easy transport and assembly, even in hard to reach areas. Okay. It's educational. Schools and training centers can use the greenhouse around as a living classroom to teach sustainability, renewable energy, and climate action. It becomes a space for hands. And farmers can adopt the model to diversify and small scale farmers and cooperatives and extend growing seasons and reduce reliance on costly fuels and fertilizers. It encourages eco-friendly agriculture practices and strengthens local economies and community development projects. NGOs, government programs, and local councils can implement a system to support sustainable goals and disaster resilient after natural disasters in the area or fire disruptions. Off-grid systems like this can provide emergency food production and energy, helping communities recover faster while rebuilding sustainably. This greenhouse shows that sustainability is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's a scalpable idea that can grow wherever people and the planet need it most. By combining renewable energy, food production, and cultural knowledge, it builds a pathway towards resilience, independence, and hope for communities across the island and beyond.